Hello everyone! Welcome to the stream for this show match, and we hope that you enjoyed all the matches that have happened so far.
Why does it sound that your intro sounds like an outro?
I mean, isn't that how it's really supposed to be?
Well, anyways, if you are wondering whose voices, who are the persons whom these voices belong to, this is Serve285, and alongside with me in the commentary booth, Silhouette Elves. Yo, we are kind of in a mood because there was such a fun block that just happened less than an hour ago.
Yep, that's true. And speaking of which, like, when these matches were happening, I kind of had a tournament match at the same time. But you know, at the end of the day, we can't miss some 7K action. Like, it's nice to see all of these matches happen, and I can't wait to see what's in store for these two teams. And here are the players.
We have Team Red, Whiskers of the Cool Mage, and Team Blue, Noodle Base Experiments. Team Red has Lost School, Ontabikazi Mage, Tukiyo Whispers, and Team Blue has Aitor98, Mr. Moo, Lucas, and Clamari. Yeah, as you notice...
Sorry, wrong language. This is not flip-top, sir.
I just have so much energy. I've been running on fumes over the past few hours, and it's kind of like the previous matches just kind of broke me pretty much.
See, I see what you're trying to do. So we have Whiskers of the Cool Mage, and I see what they're trying to do here. And then we have Noodle Based Experiment. So, you know, the thing is, I noticed you have Aitor and Mr. Moo mixed together. I think Aitor is known more to be a Rice than an LM player. Am I correct in that?
I mean, I guess in a way you can say that, but like Aitor's LMs are so good in general.
Yeah, but like, that's kind of a requirement for 7K though? Like, you kind of expect these 7K players to be much more balanced in terms of their skill sets.
Yeah, pretty much, especially in this high level. But anyways, just to orient everyone, this show match is going to be featuring some of the players that have unfortunately been booted out of the tournament in the earlier rounds. But this is their time to shine on a pool that gives their skill sets enough justice.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice that we're having some show matches on, because at the end of the day, it would definitely be interesting to see how players on the previous in the previous rounds would do on maps this difficult. I'm expecting really good performances from everyone all around.
Well, anyways, I think we kind of skipped the bans in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think we are going to be having LN1 Akari has arrived as the first pick in this match. But yeah, just to note, the rules here are practically the same as the matches that we have seen throughout the World Cup. All of the teams are composed of 4 players, and only 2 players each will be playing for every pick.
I see. Well, I mean, of course, it's a show match. You kind of expect it to be like almost, or if not very, very similar to how the actual rounds are being played. Although with that being said, this is the first pick of the blue team, which is Akari has arrived. So the thing about this map is, isn't this one of the long note picks?
Yes, it is LN1, so automatically it's the release pick. Like, this is so easy to commit mistakes on, as we have seen in the 2 matches that transpired over an hour ago.
So yeah, I mean, this is apparently one of the easier picks in the pool, but that's kind of expected, especially since it is a release pick. These are not the kind of maps that you expect to be physically difficult, but you have to be very, very independent on your fingers, and you have to make sure that you have the focus all around.
Also, just to give everyone like some background, Lost School is the team captain of Team Thailand, a very phenomenal player over the past few weekends. Ontabikazi hailing from Indonesia, and like two very respectable players that unfortunately had to say goodbye to their contention in the World Cup. But this is where they're going to shine. I'll give you the honors of introducing the other two players that we are seeing here on stream.
And here we go. So we'll be
Alright.
having. Wait, what were we saying?
Yeah, I'll let you introduce the other two players from Team Blue.
Alright, so we have Ruick Clamati and Lucas. Clamati is a player who is in the French team, while Lucas has been one who's known to be a 7K player in Argentina. Both of these players had really good showings in the previous matches. If I'm not mistaken, Clamati was the captain of the French team, and Lucas may have not been the captain, but was among the top 2 players of Argentina. Both of these players just overall have shown their prowess, but at the end of the day, it would be interesting to see how these two compare to players like Lost Cole and Onta Bikasi. I do think that when it comes to experience, though, the players on the left may have an advantage, but that's not to say the players on the right are not on par with them when it comes to skill. Although, look at Onta Bikasi right now with at 99.14 and the FC, I think.
Yeah, and like, I'm pretty sure this is like way better than the scores we saw in the previous two matches in terms of accuracy. And that is saying something in regards to like the level of these players that are participating in the show match. But anyways, it is a show match. This is like just a room to let loose, like just play and have fun. Really, obviously, it's in a competitive setting. I mean, nothing avoiding that. But like overall, this is really just a players really messing around and just having fun.
Sure, but
while going ham, obviously.
But hey, I mean, isn't this also a way to showcase the TV? Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. But it really depends on how the teams are going to strategize throughout this entire match. Really depends.
That's true. I mean, hey, Kamari is a little bit behind than the rest of the players, but getting an S even on finals week is like getting even an S on this is just really difficult already. So the fact that everyone's still holding an S on the board. It's just showing how much the competitive scene, especially for 7K, has progressed a lot. Like, we've already known 4K to be competitive, yes, but 7K has started to get really, really close, and more players are starting to get into it, which is honestly really nice to see. And it just I just like to add how, like, I remember when there was no 7K in 2020 and 2021, like there was no MWC, but a sort of renaissance has happened nowadays, where everyone has been getting into it and just honing their 7K skills.
Well, the scene has always been there. It just really needed that push. Which thankfully happened last year with the return of the 7K Mania World Cup, and it was a very emphatic return as well. I mean, and like the thing that changed really over the 2 years that the 7K World Cup didn't happen is that there has been an influx of actually non-Asian teams that have been pretty much like keeping up with the Titans of over the East.
That's true. I mean, I'd like to say, especially on the European side, you have Spain who almost made it to a finals week, I think, and that's saying something. You don't usually see countries from other than, let's say, the Americas and Asia, really. But now that it's expanding to other places, I really think that 7K could go very far if this keeps up.
Well, anyways, since this is a show match, and I mean, like, I'm pretty sure there are lots of new people watching Osimania for the first time. So what I'm going to say is basically just a new spectator's guide on Osimania. This also kind of applies on 4K as well. Well, what I'm about to say. Anyways, what you're seeing in the map pool selection screen, like those mod icons that say RC, LN, HB, and TB, those are actually not mods. Osimania classifies their map pools based on the patterning and what is the predominant node type in the map, or as we would call them, node charts. Well, RC basically means rice, a term coined decades ago now, and these are primarily regular notes. You won't be if you're going to see long notes in them or LNs, I'll go to them later. They're seldom to none. LN picks, on the other hand, like long notes, or what we would call them noodles. Um, as what I said about rice, if those are primarily rice, these you're basically seeing lots of long notes pretty much all around. With depending on the round, depending on the level, you might not be seeing some rice, or if there are, it'll be right there to trip you up pretty much. Hybrids, on the other hand, are practically just a mix between the two in terms of patterning. Really depends on the chart. Really depends on the mapper, on what they want to focus on. And obviously, the tiebreaker is practically the hardest pick in the pool. Like it's basically the hardest hybrid as well, pretty much.
I'd also like to add, SV. Wait a minute, that's not here anymore.
Or you'll have to say that for August. Or whenever 4K World Cup happens.
But the question is, will it exist? That's not for us to answer right now.
Not for us to answer.
But yeah. Although I gotta say, in a way, you could make the case that hybrids are kind of similar in the case that it's the least amount of maps in the pool. Like it's only 3 compared to like 5 and 7. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, let me do mention, like, while we're on a break in the actually, they are going in. Hybrids. Speaking of which, they are picking hybrid 1. Actually, no, I think this is hybrid 2. Like, let me just mention that hybrids, especially on this level, like at a super high level, they also kind of work as a backup LN pick. Considering, like, these are the picks that are either like the rice players are going to tend to pick if they run out of rice picks, or these are the LN players go to if they run out of LN picks at some point in the match. There are some that pick these very early on, as what we're seeing right now.
That's true. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Page versus Korea ended with a hybrid. I think it was Seville. I think that was
it was Seville, the hybrid 1 in this pool.
Yeah, think about hybrid, especially in 7K. This usually could be a last resort, as the patterns in LNs tend to be not the most straightforward. Especially with 7K, where you have much more room to express your map pool, like your mapping style creatively, with more keys. You would expect to have the most awkward patterns, yes. But the thing is, the trade-off is the OD is usually lower when it comes to 7K. You see, 7 is already like pretty high on this standard. So that's
usually you only see like OD8, OD9 on the rice picks, really, where accuracy really is of utmost importance. But anyways, let's go to this match as we see the blue team this time around taking the lead. We see Aitor, the team captain of the Spanish team, a very, very strong player. And Mr. Mu, I kind of forgot what country. Canada. All the Canadian players, Canada as well, like super good in 7K overall, pretty much. And I'll have you introduce this time the players on the red side.
I mean, we already introduced Onta Picasso, so I think the only person we have to introduce is Sakia Whiskers. We've seen Sakia Whiskers perform really. I think that's for the German team. I'm not sure if Germany had a match in 7K. Although I do know Sakia Whiskers to be someone that's really good, and especially with that very high scroll speed. I haven't exactly seen them play in a 7K tournament. I've only seen them in a 4K tournament, which is known to be Combro Cup, and he's known to be very consistent. I saw their performance there, and they were pretty consistent, and look at their performance right now.
Okay, Whispers is indeed keeping up with these players very well. We do see trades from the upper half of these players, Onta Mikasi and Aitor, pretty much doing a lot of pretty much showing what they're made of. Team Noodle-based experiments conceding the lead to Whiskers on the Cool Mage, but Whiskers on the Cool Mage conceding their lead to Noodle-based experiments over missed trades, and they're trading yet again.
Wait a minute, the lead was big in Noodle-based experiments a while ago, but now looks like it's gonna be the first breakpoint of the match.
And Whiskers on the Cool Mage immediately getting the second point on the board, and not as dominant as the first pick.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to the rice picks, that could be something that Whiskers would definitely take advantage on. Well, for noodle-based experiments, I mean, yes, I did see that the first pick was Ellen. Yes. However, I think when it comes to physicality, I probably think Whiskers on the Cool Mage has the better one. Although noodle-based experiments wasn't too far. I mean, look at the ratio. They really had that advantage. But its haunted count and the misses is what gave it to Whiskers on the Cool Mage.
You, I don't know if it's me being super sleepy or like just lack of sleep in general. But like I just realized what Whiskers on the Cool Mage, like how the team name was.
Oh yeah.
I just realized it now.
Yeah.
Give me a Whiskers on the Bekasi, lost Cool and Mage.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, man.
How did I not realize that until now?
I mean, that's a pretty creative name if you ask me. Although, wait, they're picking the penguin map. Wait, which is that? I cannot.
Actually, penguin map is what they refer to Twisted Drop Party because it's essentially penguin but lighter.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, so I'm going to be picking Cross Soul, which is the mixed rice pick in this pool.
That's definitely not the penguin map, right? That's not the penguin map. That's not the penguin map.
As for those who are not aware, Penguin is one of the more infamous 7K charts out there, featuring 1/8 gap releases. It's a pretty nutty chart and like only super high play only. Mania terminology, we have this thing called ET or extraterrestrial. They basically refer to like the upper echelons of the Ozymandias player spectrum, or basically VSRGs in general. Like they're super good. They're super good that they might as well go home to Mars because that's where they belong.
Exactly, man. Although right now, I don't really know what to say about this pick because it's just so much, right? Like it's very, very chill. It's kind of hard to predict really because again, the scaling could affect different players. There's players who tend to have low AC early on, but as the time progresses, their AC will not fall off at all. And there's also players that tend to have really good AC early on, but fall off a lot harder as the time passes by. So with that difference alone, especially for players that have been eliminated, it's gonna be difficult to really gauge how players can do further on in the tournament.
Well, anyways, as we are now waiting for everything to start. Well, here we go. I was about to go Rap God as well on the shilling, but anyways, let's carry on with this match.
Right. So now the question is putting Clamati in here going to be worth it? We did see the 95% a while ago, but considering that this is not an Ellen pick, things could be different. So we have Sukiya Whiskers, and now the person to introduce is going to be Mage. So Mage is a 7K player from Russia. And I think Mage is also someone who's pretty balanced. Oh, we have 3 misses already. But yeah, like what I was saying, Mage is pretty balanced. Like, I'm not sure exactly what their strengths are, although they've been really good at 7K and have been in the scene for quite some time already. Like, if I think of a 7K player from Russia, this is the person who I'm thinking of.
It always it either has to be Kivikat or their other user or their new username Kurisu. Okay, I might as well just say Kivikat because I might mess up their
it's alright.
current username. But anyways, it's either them or Mage. And like let me just say, like Mage is like one of their strongest players outright. Though, like we just have to note like these finals pools are super difficult, and there are a lot of players, even in the higher end, just that are struggling to keep up with this. And meanwhile, I'm saying that Aritor is just 99ing this chart as if it's just another day in paradise.
That I know, right? Like, look at this. Mage and Clamati are canceling out each other, but the difference between Aitor and Sukiya Whiskers is kind of giving it away to the other team. And those trades, I know that you say this a lot, but trades always benefit the team that has the lead, and right now, that's what's happening.
Well, as it stands, Aitor... Well, Aitor's already dropped below 99%, but like still overall the best act in this lobby. Tsukiya Whispers just hovering around the 98.2. And as it stands, Team Blue should be able to get their first point on the board.
That is true, and I mean, this wasn't that dominant either. So like, we're seeing some close differences. And again, it looks like the 200 counts really favor Whiskers, while ratio goes to Noodle based. So that kind of says something. However, when it comes to the miscount, it's obvious that Noodle based won that, especially with Aitor getting only a single digit miss, which is, of course, very insane. Also, I really see it, by the way. Never mind, it's gone.
Yeah, that went too fast. Well, anyways, it should be Team Noodle Ace Experiments going with their pick, and they are going for Glorious. Just a fun fact, the title of this song is actually the difficulty name of Bouncing from the semifinals.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, this Bouncing was essentially a hint to this song. The difficulty name was essentially a hint to this.
Okay, wait, what are they picking? Why is... Okay, wait. Okay, never mind.
It might be just like fixing up the...
Okay, yeah, there. Okay. So, I find this a weird pick in a way, because you lost 2 anti-meta picks, and the only point that you won so far was on the rise. And now you're picking another pick that's not in the meta zone. Like, if you're experienced enough in Mania, like you've been here for a while, when you say anti-meta, that would be the picks that are not rise. So yeah, that's what I'm referring to for the new viewers, just in case.
But like, I'm pretty sure you usually only say anti-meta when you're talking in a 4K context, because like, put it this way, 7K has this kind of 2 schools of thought. Those who play Rise, those who play LNs. Like, both are meta, both are meta pretty much. Like, you cannot really say anti-meta.
Okay, well I guess
it's 2 schools of thought. And obviously, though, there are those who tread in between those 2 schools of thoughts, and we call those... actually, what do we call those?
Okay, well, just go with just go with the flow. Honestly, I actually don't know either. But anyways, what do we know is that this map is gonna happen. So again, like what I've been saying, I'm kind of confused with this pick, especially considering with the maps that they lost and the map that they won on. However, I guess 7K could really be challenging to strategize, especially because I don't think the picks, just because they're Rise, just because they're LN, I don't think they're like the most straightforward to strategize at all.
Though, let me just mention though, like, based on the team compositions, really, they're pretty much balanced out, where you cannot really say that one team has the advantage over the other. It's really just a matter of like who can keep up with the maps pretty much. Like, both teams have like very good Rise players, both teams have very good LN players pretty much, and they can just compose their strategies pretty much. And you have to note, this is a show match, and it's not always that you can build team chemistry immediately, like on the fly. Like, regardless of like, yeah, I guess I mean, all of these players should know each other pretty much, like, as like how tightly knit the 7K community is pretty much. Like, everybody knows each other. But obviously team chemistry will always be a thing in these kinds of matches.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think also something to take note is that you did say it's a show match, so I guess another way to just approach this is like, just pick the maps that you like playing.
I mean, isn't that the point of a show match? This is just letting everyone loose and go ham with whatever they find fun.
That's true. Alright, yeah, I mean, one of the players in chat did say that they're just trying to enjoy the maps, and I honestly really like that.
One of the players, like, you just had to mention Aitor as one of the players.
I mean, am I wrong though?
I mean, technically, yeah, but Earthlings compared to these extraterrestrials, though, so we
Okay,
have to
fine.
put
Okay,
the
fine.
names in with respect.
Okay, fine. Let me say this in another way. One of the ETs in the chat said that.
There you go. Well, anyways, while we're at it, Whiskers on the Cool Mage has been pulling well ahead in this map Law School, carrying that 99.1. Law School has been doing law school ways, practically being the MVP on basically anything they've played.
I mean, it's law school. I mean, of course. But let's not forget how everyone just asks this casually. Like we have like just S, right? Just S, like it's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about these pools is that these are extremely high level already, and like obviously like in like the remaining teams in the bracket are basically those teams that are well capable of getting 98 to 99s, high 99s on this pool even. And these are like the players that like without any disrespect or something like that, like these are the players that are capable of keeping up, but just falling short just a tad bit. But still, like the scores here, they cannot compare to whatever us mere Earthlings are able to do.
That's true. That's true. So I wonder what happened in the okay, there we go.
There you go, Virtual Alive.
Wait, no, that's Whisker's pick. Wait, what?
Oh wait, is it?
It says it's Whisker's pick.
Oh yeah. Is it?
Oh yeah, okay, well, everyone's confused.
We just got bamboozled by Aitor.
Oh my god, well, that's really cool.
We just got bamboozled by Aitor. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Oh my god. I mean, you did say they're ETs, okay. We can't exactly understand the plane of thought that they have. Like they're on a different plane of existence compared to us, right?
You might have gotten caught in 4K right there, I believe. But anyways, well, let's just wait for Team Whiskers pick.
I like how you said caught in 4K. Was that like the actual meme, or do you mean like 4K the game mode?
No, I almost heard you something that should have not been said, but anyway, or I've been mishearing.
It's okay. It's okay. At least we're even now. Anyways,
I said shipyard.
If I did say something like that, I'm just kidding, man.
Well, anyways.
Oh my god. I like how it's just silent now. Guess it means
I cannot think of a comeback for that.
Well, the fact that you can't think of a comeback for that is probably funny.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm kidding here, the primary technical pick of this pool, and the best background in the pool as well, certified land tech moment.
I mean, I actually haven't. I've seen this map a while ago. Yes. Well, wait. Give me a moment.
This was picked in the what do you call it again? The PH versus South Korea match earlier today. I mean, earlier tonight or today, depending on where you live in the world. And this is just wacky stuff. Like technical picks tend to be the wackiest pick in the entire pool. Like, aesthetically, they're beautiful, but when you play them, it's a very different story. You're going to be abusing your finger independence all the way through.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of it. Like the fact that it makes you just. I don't know, how do you say this? Like, it just makes you very unstable. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah, but like if you're like any of these, if there's like any player that are able to keep up, like all of these should be able to. Auto Picassi and Clamati getting the early drops. Aitor as well, Law School and Clamati trading misses. Like this pick is so hard to combo in general. As I mean, you're seeing it right now.
I mean, that's the nature of tech picks. Like, no matter the game mode, when you say tech, it's not only difficult to act, it's definitely hard to combo. However, I think this is where the specialization of either one shows. Like, usually players in tech tend to be like good at one or the other. Like, you're either good at act, you're either good at combo.
Yeah, and like there are players that are capable of balancing those two out, but like, it really was like, it really depends on your team's dynamic really on what you want. Because obviously, like in the earlier rounds, obviously you will need the accuracy as well. But in the later rounds, when everything is super dense, you will want to make sure that you are capable of keeping up with everything and try not to concede any misses because like that's what the other team is also trying to do. And Team Whiskers on the cool mid just still like with very dominant and Lost School just carried it 98.8. It's Lost School being Lost School.
Yeah, I mean, and the other team had a 97 and a 98. I mean, come on, how are these players just doing that? Wait, look at these ratios. They're basically very identical.
Yeah.
But I think what gave it away again was the 200 count and the misses.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two were factors that Whiskers on the Cold Mage overall had a better one. Okay, now they pick Virtual.
Now they pick Virtual to Live. There you go.
Wait, it's Virtual to Live or Virtual to Live?
Virtual to Live. Virtual to Live.
You had to say it like that.
Law School Mapper buff. Yeah, yeah, we have to mention Law School is the note charter of this pick. Virtual to Live. So it's kind of funny. Either Team Blue is the one picking their opponent's map.
Oh my god. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, they're picking their opponent's map.
Okay, so oh my god, I just realized that. Wait, there's no map from the other team here, right? Wait, yeah, there is none.
Well, it does appear that Lucas and Tsukiya Whispers will be coming in for their respective teams. So while we're at it, actually, you know what? I think you should do the promotion of the banners this time around.
So while we're waiting for like everything to just get into place and etc., I just wanna say this one more time. If you want to support your country or you have like a country to support in general, please don't forget to buy the banners because those banners will go to the prize pool and you'll get like this really big sort of rectangle or whatever, or banner rather. Did I just call a banner a rectangle?
You just call it a rectangle, yes.
Yes, okay. But you'll just get this big banner on your profile, like it's big. So, yeah, if you want to show your support, if you want others to know that you support them, feel free to buy them.
Yeah, you'll get a very special rectangle in your...
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Wait, what's going on? I guess
they forgot to change the map, I would think.
I guess I don't even know anymore. Oh my god, what is going on?
Well, I'm pretty sure they just got caught in the rectangle.
Yeah, I guess so. You gotta think outside the box.
Well, before we die because of these puns, very punny.
I agree.
we have Virtual to Live. Very interesting to note we are not seeing the mapper of this chart to play this one.
I just realized that. So I believe we've introduced every player at this point now, right?
Yes, we did. Anyways, well, we might as well talk about the map. Well, this is the longest LN pick in the pool, and this is essentially the easiest one as well. Easiest to act relatively because like again, us mere mortals. But I'm not gonna repeat that line. But yeah, for these players, this is like essentially one of the picks where you can just chill out. But obviously, with the competitive pressure in the matches, you cannot really afford to do that, especially that you need to maintain the accuracy. But for these players, again, they just want to have fun.
That's true. And what better way to have fun than to have a VTuber, song in the background?
And we go with the first chorus. Otapikasi will be Otapikasi and Mr. Mood turning the only full combos. Actually, they whisper. You know what? Carry on.
I was just saying, having fun is the most essential thing in a tournament. Even in the most serious of times, you just gotta let loose. And right now, I think it's kind of obvious that everyone's having fun. Like they're just destroying the map, chilling, like nothing's happening. No one's missing, cause
us commentators cursing those who have the full combos.
Nah, don't worry. I mean, look, no one missed, so that's a good thing. And on a side note, I've never seen the lead be this close in a while.
I think the last time this was like that small lead was way back in basically the second pick already. But yeah, again, this might be just because of how relatively easier this pick is to the other LM picks. Pretty much, like again, it's super straightforward. It pretty much picks up in difficulty in the end, but again, that's basically how a lot of these picks work. Like they pick up in density in the end, get a bit more trickier. But the purpose of these longer picks is basically to test out everyone's consistency pretty much. Anyway, Suki and Whispers and Mr. Moo unfortunately dropping their pretty sizable combos. Lucas on Tabikasi, the only sizable combos left in the multiplayer room.
That is true, but
So hard LNs.
And everyone just hit that like it's nothing.
I mean, it's essentially a 7-note chord.
I mean, regardless, still reading that could be a little bit confusing.
Mr. Move getting yet another drop as Team Whiskers on the Cool Mage pulling ahead with Lucas also dropping their sizable combo Otapikasi with that 98.75 and that's not even the highest accuracy in this lobby. It's Suki Whispers with that 19 just hovering above 99%.
Alright, I was like about to say, I swear if their axe suddenly goes lower, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I just realized something. So you have Whiskers and Mr. Moo on the same. So you have Moo and you have.
What?
Yes. Yep. I mean Whiskers. Like what? Is the cat the one with the whiskers, or am I getting my biology shit? Oh no! No!
No!
Sorry.
No! Oh no!
Oh no! I'm so sorry about that.
You just got caught in 4K. Anyways, let's carry on. Suki, Team Whiskers on the Cool with a very massive lead here over the basics. And Suki Whispers unfortunately getting yet another miss, but what can you do? Like this chart again, everyone's just having fun, and I think we're having too much fun this time.
Yeah, I mean,
we apologize. We apologize to the viewers.
Yeah, we apologize too, but wait a minute. On a side note, oh man, 0 miss for Sukiya Whiskers though. That is really how? Just how? How are these players that good? We have 3 single-digit misses here, by the way. And one of them doesn't even have a miss.
Yeah, and now it's going to be Team Whiskers on the Cool Mage going to be bidding for that match point. I do hope we see Sentimental Surge. A part of me is hoping for it.
Have we not seen that map yet?
No. We've seen it in the previous 2 matches. I just want to see the playtest. Well, imagine commentators dictating what the player should play. Imagine.
I hope they're listening to us right now. I did see the same ET in the chat. I hope they pick Sentimental Surge. Please. Just kidding. Don't worry. Just make what you wanna play. Alright.
Well, just here's the thing. Like the only map we haven't seen the past even the past two matches is Unconquered. We've seen everything. Unconquered in the tiebreaker, not yet.
I mean, I expect the tiebreaker, yes, but I hope that we get to see some of the maps that we haven't.
Oh, they're
played
going for
yet.
Rice 1.
This map has been selected. So this map has been selected for Malaysia, China, right?
Yeah, it has been selected for Malaysia, China, Turks and QX, King Cheating, very phenomenal in this pick during that match. Yeah, they're picking Rice 1 here.
So we have Mage, Suki Whiskers, Lucas, and Aditor. I mean, not surprised. Just, I don't know. The fact that everyone here is just super well balanced, it goes to show. Just goes to show how many players in the world are like just really, really balanced as a player and have basically just can do anything. Virtually little to no weakness, in a way.
Yeah. Well, anyways, just to whet everyone's appetite, I can't wait to see Aitor's Mage's score on this. Actually, the other two players as well, Lucas and Tsukiya Whispers. I'm pretty sure everyone here should be capable of getting pretty nutty scores on this pick.
Is the background really like that?
It is intended to be like that, yes.
So all that is just a playground. Children's playground, right?
This match is just a playground.
Okay, you got it there. That's true. Although that was an interesting miss from Mage. And
Okay, Whispers and Lucas following that up. I mean, the sudden increase in density. Look, these delay streams. The varying BPM here is so nutty.
Yeah, look at the violent switching of score leads though. Like on 1 second. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
That's
Lucas was about to say something with the combo. Never mind.
I mean, just goes to show how difficult this map is.
Yeah, this is definitely difficult. I mean, there's a reason why even in the other two matches that we witnessed earlier, they've been avoiding this until way later into the match because of the sheer difficulty. Plus, it's really hard to start a match with something this intense. Usually, you want to start with something straightforward, and this is far from straightforward at all. Again, we're seeing a few misses across the board here. Team Whiskers on the cool Mage, snatching the lead off Noodles. Noodles Aitor getting yet another drop, so that's Team Red trying to stretch the lead.
What?
Second the misses.
What is going on? What is going on? This is really close.
Team Red.
Wait a second. I think it's oh my god! Oh my goodness!
Oh, that's massive. That's massive.
And
every single miss is switching the lead.
Wow, that was a 4K difference. That was virtually nothing. Again, Noodle base experiments ratio is again ahead, but those misses.
Tsukiya Whispers for the time mid 98. Wow.
Yeah, that's what gave it. Also, I see it again on the top right.
Oh, now I see it. Nice.
Yep, you see it. Delay scary. I mean, I agree. We see how scary it is now.
I mean, even at the lower levels, delays are already scary. How much more on that level? Well, anyways, Noodle Base Experiments just needs to win 5 consecutive points if they want to extend this match to tiebreaker. Wink, wink.
Well, we have to see. I mean, it's not impossible. As long as the team has not reached 7 points, nothing is impossible.
Well, really depends now on noodle-based experiments on what they're going to do. Like, okay, let's talk about this as if we're actually commentating a serious match. So here we go, noodle-based experiments. I mean, we've seen them pretty stronger on the rice. Actually, not stronger. Okay, they're pretty decent at the rice. I think Unconquered might be a decent pick for them, or actually any of the LNs as well as what they have been doing. Really depends on who are the players they want to put in to the match.
Yeah, if you think about it, a lot of the losses from Noodle Base was just like a couple or a little bit more misses behind, but they're able to just capitalize on the ratio game if they could just miss a little bit less. But the mentality in the show match is just to have fun, and I hope they are. I'm pretty sure they're just having fun, like just playing the maps in general.
But like, let's remember they have to strategize because they need to win 5 consecutive points to get this a tiebreaker. Wink, wink.
That's true. That's true. If you want to have more fun, I guess serious time it is then, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're getting me now.
Aren't exactly that common to see.
This is one of the harder Olympics to act, yes. And yeah, they're just carrying 99 as if I mean, I'm pretty sure this is just normal for these ETs. But yeah, I mean, you kind of have to see, like, again, what the scores we've seen here from the other players as well. Like, they are super respectable. Like these are like the scores us mere mortals might want to see, but still they are playing at a very high level, and it's just like these kinds of charts. Like, there is at some point where you'll be hitting your limit, baby, your physical limit.
That's true, and I mean, hey, again, it's just, what are these patterns? And we still see 2 99s on the board, and we have 197 and one on the verge of getting an S.
Speaking of whispers and Ithor, you're still getting this 99.1. Like, how? Even the consecutive misses. Oh, Tsukiya Whispers unfortunately dropping below 99%, but they should be able to recover that at some point. Unless
Wait a minute. There's still chat. Never mind. Itor's the only 99 here. And that's good game well played.
And Whiskers on the Cool Mage wins this show match.
I mean, yes, it is 7-1, but once again, I'd like to reiterate this. It was really close in the standpoint of AC, especially considering ratio. Like, we saw Noodle Base getting better ratio on a lot of these maps, but Whiskers on the Cool Mage was just the more consistent team.
Yeah, Whiskers on the Cool Mage kind of showing some sass.
Oh, wait a minute.
That one.
They
want
to
be playing tiebreaker. They want to play a tiebreaker.
This is what I was talking about. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Wink, wink. I think we're seeing. I think we gotta see, like. I wonder who they're gonna put in. I think Whiskers on the Cool Mage.
Yeah.
And Noodle Base. I'm just wondering who they'll put in for this. Like, will they take this? Will they take this?
We might. For Whiskers on the Cool Mage, maybe Law School. Tsukiya Whispers, and then for Noodle Base we have Aitor and maybe Lucas?
Yeah,
no.
Mr.
Moo. Oh, Mr. Moo. Yeah.
Alright, so let's see. Okay, looks like Aitor, Mr. Moo on Noodle Base Experiments. And for the Whiskers on the Cool Mage, let's see. Tsukiya Whiskers, and we're gonna. Oh, wait, what? That is not a Whiskers on the Cool Mage?
Yeah, Rutomari has probably changed allegiances.
So
never mind.
Oh wait, no, everyone's playing.
Wait,
okay.
Everyone's playing.
Okay, everyone's playing now. Okay, well, Whiskers on the Cool Mage with Bekasi and Whiskers and Noodle Base with Mr. Moo and Aitor. That's gotta be an interesting duo. Like, honestly, for both teams.
That is very interesting, though. It does look like. Wait, is everyone gonna play Ziggy?
Yeah, I think they'll just be low. Yeah, it does look, Mage is in there, so I guess they're all gonna be down.
Well, it does sound that us commentators, our voices weren't heard on stream for just a few moments.
Thank goodness they did not hear my blunder. Thank goodness.
What blunder? You did that blunder many maps ago already.
I know.
You heard that? It was heard. Well, anyways, it does appear that everyone in the two teams will be playing the tiebreaker, though. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see all of them here on stream. Though it might be the case that we'll be staying with this setup. We'll just update you on the final team scores when the time comes.
Alright, here we go. We're just gonna wait for client to load, and it's gonna be starting in a bit. I can't wait to see what this is actually like. Seeing this on an actual match setting, yes, it is a show match, but still, it would be very interesting to see how both teams would even out against each other.
I mean, like, we just have to note again, this is a bit like more or less just a tad bit lighter than the ranked version of this chart. Again, this is a special edit made for for this World Cup. Like just a few nerfs on some sections that get a tad bit too hard for this finals pool, but still, and like just some patterns like overall balancing, like making it fit more as a tiebreaker pick pretty much. But anyways, an early lead here for the Noodle Base Experiments as what we see here on stream.
Wow, like right off the bat, you can really see those very like awkward rice patterns, which is kind of expected, and Aitor finally dropping the only full combo that was left. So we have a 99 and 3 98s, although of course with that in mind, the team with the 99 is gonna benefit from that, but looks like Onza Picasso is gonna drop to the 97 range.
Well, I mean, like again, these players are pretty much just having fun, but it's going to be interesting to see what everyone's final scores are going to be. Aitor carrying the best accuracy over. Actually, no, Tequila Whisper's carrying the best accuracy overall with that 98.6. Here we go with these intense intense LN sections here with some of those basically 1/6 rolls, if I am not mistaken. If those are 1/6 one-handed rolls, and those are super tricky to hit with these other patterns going on as well, as we are seeing misses across the board.
Yeah, it just goes to show. And now Aitor has the best act. Oh my goodness, the lead is just changing, but Aitor is just keeping it up against everyone else, and that's what's making this really close. Like, you have a very balanced duo on Whiskers of the Cold Mage, while Noodle Base is a little bit more, has a little bit of a bigger gap between the two players. However, still, they're both holding their own ground, so it's gonna be really close.
Well, again, we won't be able to know what the final team score is until everyone has submitted. Again, there are all of the 8 players in this show match are playing right now. We're only seeing two from each team. Suki Whispers missing that spacebar note. Those who know knows what might be the cause. If it is what I think it is.
And now Aitor reaching the 98 side, although misses are certainly not gonna help.
Yeah, it's super tricky to keep combo here unless it's super tricky to keep combo here regardless.
I just noticed that trill. It really reminds me of the Lacrima trill that's very, very... I don't know if it's loved or hated, but I'm pretty sure in 4K it's not exactly the most fun to hit.
I mean, two split trills here on 7K are pretty much received either the same way. It's either you love it or you hate it, really. But like, if it's index trills, I guess it's probably fine, who knows.
Oh man.
Whispers on the Cool Mage really pulling ahead based on what we're seeing here on the stream right now. Aitor with the only 98% as we are seeing, but drop just hovering around that level pretty much as we see that super dance actually onto Bikasi. Oh no, that spacebar L and Jack kind of tripping them up. But yeah, just have to know this does work as a preview of what we might be seeing in the grand finals pool. So this is a finals tiebreaker, yes.
Yeah, that is true, but I really can't wait to see what's in store for grand finals, and here we go. This is the final third of the map.
And the patterns here just get a tad bit more abrasive. Like, and some more of these grace notes going into, and then like more of these trilly sections, more of these chord jacks. Like, this chart is so demanding on the hands.
I mean, the thing about Frums is their music isn't exactly the most straightforward. They're not exactly like the most how do I say it? It's like time signatures you kind of expect it to be really, really different. And I'm not really surprised that the map isn't exactly the most orthodox in a way, but I guess that's what makes it so fitting for a tiebreaker.
Again, a tiebreaker should be able to test various things for the players to like basically just show their overall prowess in the game. And this is like this is just a good way to show it pretty much.
Yeah, and that's true. Mr. Moo has climbed back to the S range very impressively. And
Aitor is still with that 98.1.
That's easily
going into the 98.2s.
Although right now,
almost everyone tripping up on that mini chord jack. And this section is so hard on the hands. They're super abrasive. Like, yeah, it does look like they're just playing like a single stream, but this is essentially what? 300 BPM streams or 400 BPM streams pretty much?
And Noodle Base Experiments is the one keeping the calm, but never mind. But wow, is everyone in the stream gonna hold an S? I think it looks like it.
And I'm pretty sure they do. And there you go. That is the finals week show match for Team Whiskers on the Cool Mage and Noodle Base Experiment. On stream, Whiskers on the Cool Mage did get the win, like at least for the 2v2 we see here.
But even on the MP, they did take the win regardless. So yeah.
Yeah.
Although we did see Aiter getting that 903, the highest score was actually Law School with a 909k. However, it is important to note that Aiter still has the best act in the whole lobby, regardless of the score.
That is super phenomenal indeed. And that is it again for the show match. Congratulations to Team Whiskers on the Cool Mage for a very phenomenal performance. Thank you so much for Team Noodle Base Experiments for joining us as well in the show match. Thank you so much to all of these players who have shown very, very impressive form throughout the entire tournament. Hope to see you guys next year in next year's 7K Mania 7K World Cup. And since we're done here, it's time to go back to the more serious mood, because tomorrow we'll be having the remaining losers bracket the first of the two losers bracket round matches here, which will be USA and Japan. US, the only non-Asian team left in contention for this World Cup, and Team Malaysia is awaiting the winner of that match, which will also be played tomorrow. And with that glimpse of the bracket as well, spoiler alert, Team Philippines getting a massive upset over South Korea. Please watch the two matches, both Korea versus Philippines and Malaysia versus China. And on a more personal note, it's been a great honor to commentate those matches.
Yeah, certainly it was a great time to commentate with you as well, even in the show match. I can't wait to see what's going to come next after all of the matches that has happened today. Just a very impressive showing from everyone. And yeah, I mean, there we go. I don't really have that much to say anymore. I think you don't have either, Surf, right?
Yep, pretty much that's it for us today. See you guys 15 hours from now. This is the Osimania 7K World Cup 2023. See you guys later.